Opium, a highly addictive drug, more known as the joy plant, having many destructive effects on the human body, such as hallucinations, respiratory depression, and many more. With over than 2.6 million pounds being distributed to the Chinese, leading to the incarceration of Chinese drug dealers, as opium was ruining the country. The British being a large source of the opium distribution throughout China, leading to the arrival of the British Navy in Macau in 1839.
This was the beginning of the First Opium War. On a dark night, in a single boat lay a man known as Charles Marwan, a very wealthy and powerful opium distributor to the Chinese drug dealers. The man stood tall, standing at 6 feet with a lengthy white beard. He wore a black bowler hat, a short black coat with a black suit underneath, and on his feet he wore black boots made of cloth to fit in with the darkness of the night. In his boat, he carried 3 chests, each containing around 65 kilograms of pure opium. He arrived on the border of Canton, where a Chinese trader, itching at the palms, waited for his exports to arrive with his horse behind him. Charles got off his boat, carrying a chest, as he had begun to notice that the area wasn't as safe as he had suspected. He was surrounded by guards left and right. He swiftly dropped the chest and headed straight for the Chinese man's horse. The soldiers heading straight for Marwan. He briskly got on the horse and began to gallop away. More and more Chinese soldiers began to appear from the bushes and trees of the surrounding area. Charles could hear the sounds of horses behind him. He couldn't look back for a moment. The path was narrow and began to end, as they had ended up on what was a mountain of sorts. The path had ended, and all that was left was a steep drop. Marwan halted the stolen horse at the edge. And all that he faced was the Chinese men with menacing faces approaching him with scimitars sharp enough to cut a man's stomach open in a single swing. There had only been 2 choices for Marwan: life in a Chinese prison or to leap off the cliff. This is the story of the infamous Charles Marwan.